Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And on this episode, we are going to continue where we left off. And as you can see, my batteries are pretty close to full, or as much as I could get, really, without. I mean, the moment you stop charging them up, they start to lose a little bit of power. So that's exactly where we're at. And we're going to go ahead and take on this NPC over here. Now, I did move some stuff around. As you guys can see, I gave me a little bit extra support over there. It may get in the way when we're going up big hills, but for now, we're on the salt flats. We should be fine, and I wanted that extra support in case this guy fights back, and I think he is because, I mean, look how massive that guy is. I cannot wait to see what this guy drops. He is huge. That is nuts. Yep, there he goes right there. Oh, no, come back. Where's the lag coming from? Stop with the lag already. Okay, let's back up. Let's see if we can back up a little bit faster than he can. Oh, no, he's going wicked fast. That is crazy. Oh my god. We're gonna scatter all his stuff for like miles to come. Now, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna go forward a little bit, let him run right in front of us. There we go. There we go. We got a few hits on him. Come on, keep moving around. Keep him guessing which way we're gonna be aiming. There. Yes! Yes, you are dead, punk. Oh my god, look, so many things on the ground to loot. Let's see, anything good? Doesn't really look like it. I'm looking through it. It doesn't really look like there's anything new there. Might have to move some of these blocks around. There's a couple of tractor pads in here. It's not really a bad haul right there. Come on, move off to the side. No, nothing really fantastic blowing my mind there. We've already seen all that. Although we can come over here and kill this guy. I want those wheels. I need those wheels, actually, just to support the amount of weight that I have. And there's a few more yellow blocks in there, so let's see if we can come over here and get some of those. Now, remember, just because you want the item doesn't necessarily mean the item's going to survive. The wheels are, of course, one of the first things that pop off because that's where all the damage is going, which means very, very easily to get destroyed completely, and you won't get any of those objects. There he goes. Oh, no, man, those batteries, they're notoriously bad for exploding. We got a few of them, though. Let's go ahead and throw those on there. Now, the bad thing about adding more batteries to the mix is the fact that now you have, just a bigger area for, or a bigger storage unit. So it looks like your power actually goes down when it's really not. Let's see, what is that? Repair bubble? Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we needed over there. What do we got over here? We don't need that tractor pad. What about this? Is it a shield bubble? No, it's another repair bubble. Well, let's go ahead and put that over here on the back end. Oh yeah, look how much damage this back end has been taking this whole time, and I haven't been keeping track of that. So definitely need to watch that a little closer. Okay, so we got 4 wheels. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these suckier wheels. And I say sucky, but in all honesty, they serve a purpose. They just have a different one than the bigger ones. I mean, the more your bot can be lifted up off the ground, the better off it's going to be when it comes to getting stuck. But these small wheels, they give you a little bit more traction, so it's going to be one of those balancing acts that you have to decide, is my bot too big for these smaller ones, and how much traction, how much grip does my bot really need? Is it getting stuck on hills because it's too low, or because it just doesn't have that force to be able to get over? And if it comes down to it just doesn't have that force, that's where that extra traction comes into play. It could really, really help you out. So let's see, what if we move this guy back a little bit? Might be able to put this wheel here in the inside? Nope, not really. But we can take this wheel, or not this wheel, but we'll take this block, and that will give us the space we need to put this other wheel in there. Okay, there we go. Let's move it down so it can actually grip. There it goes. So it's actually on the ground. And now we can put this other wheel here on the back. Yeah, that's going to space out the weight a little bit more. And again, this whole right-hand side is going to go by the wayside here pretty soon. So that's not going to... I mean, we don't really have to keep that there. Let's see. How about I bring this over here? Make sure that's repaired up before we go. I am going to throw my, my solar reactor and charger down because I knew that was about to happen. And there's a few blocks that still need to be repaired, and I kind of want them to be at full steam before we head out. Now there is still quite a few stud lasers here. We definitely want those, but you know, if we have to decide between what to take and what not to take, you know, they're going to get left behind for the moment until we have extra space, which is why it's good to make the bot slightly bigger than what you actually think you need. And that way you can really pick up other objects that you find, because you just never know what you're going to get. In the case where I got all these new weapons, you know, these megaton cannons, these just massive damage, along with these Venture Uzi SMGs. They're incredibly cool to have. They do a lot of damage, and when I have the extra money, which I actually do now, I'm gonna buy more of those, and I'm gonna make a bot that's really dedicated to just going out and destroying. This one is more of a bot built for, you know, harvesting, going out and getting a whole bunch of resources, maybe making money off of it, things of that sort. The new bot that I'm going to make is going to be more just go out and destroy, you know, see what it can run into. And it's one of the reasons I like this game so much, guys, is that you can pretty much make whatever type of bot you want, and then when you're done with that bot, you don't have to destroy it. You can just sit it over there, park it next to your base, and go off and build another one and another one and another one. You can come back to that one anytime you feel like it. I just wish there was a way to save the design, and a lot of you guys have voiced your agreement that you wish there was a way to save it other than going into the R&D and basically recreating the entire thing all over again and saving it in there. So hopefully one day they will add more to it. I don't know if we're gonna survive this one. We don't. Oh yeah, there goes our shields. Let's back up, let's get out of here. Now, if we can get over here to our base, which we might not be able to do, we're not moving very fast here. If we can get over to our base should be able to start repairing us. Or not repairing us, but giving us the power that it has, that has been charging up this entire time. Because that's all it does is sit over here and get charged up. So let's see, can we get close enough to it? See if it will start charging us up instead. Well, one of them is for sure. Let's see, can we grab this one? We'll put it on there. There we go. So now we have at least two places sending us power. If we had this other bot on the other side doing the same thing, we could definitely have just this massive power station. And in fact, I've kind of thought about doing that. I think I might try doing that on this episode, to be honest. We have the blocks. We definitely have the blocks, and we have the resources to buy more if we need. I kind of want to build a power station where I can just travel down the center of it and have my bot completely healed up or completely charged up before I head out the other side. So that might be a difficult thing to swing, but I don't really think so. I think the batteries are so cheap, and these things can charge up while we're gone, that if we add enough batteries and enough of these wireless chargers as we travel, you know, between it, it's just going to hit us from every direction and instantly charge up our batteries. Now, there's supposed to be bigger batteries out there than the ones we have, like nuclear-sized batteries, size of the megatons. Those will be cool to finally get. I don't know if they're in the game yet. I know they're in the R&D for sure, or at least they have been at one point. I don't know if they took them out of the game or if they're going to add them back in or what's going on with those. But a very, very cool concept for bigger storage, because that's going to help out quite a bit. So let's go over here. We're going to kill this guy because he's not ours. And I don't want this guy to come over here and just completely wreck us while we build our new little unit type dealie over here, which I'm not quite sure what to call it. I mean, it's going to be more... is he going to sit there and take it? I think he is. He's going to sit there and take it. Just die. Just die. Leave that side alone, man. Leave Brittany alone. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, so more resources to mess around with when I finally decide to build that thing. Oh, we got some batteries. Yes. Okay, let's take the batteries. We'll actually put those on top. And we'll put these on top as well. What else do we got over here? Anything good? Well, we got a few more blocks, so we'll definitely take those. And we got a few more wheels, so let's go ahead and take those, because that's going to help us out with the new bot that we're going to design. And I don't know if I want to build a new bot before I build the... Oh, there's another battery in here as well. Let's grab that, because we're going to need tons of those. Before I build the new area for my guys to get healed up, I think I'll build that first, so I know what size to build the bot. you know, because I wanted to be able to get on the inside. I could just make it one solid wall, and then no matter how big I make my bot, he'd be able to go up to one side or the other, and that might actually be the best route to go. Instead of a tunnel that he can go down, just make it one long wall. Now let's see, we do got one more guy out here we need to kill. He's almost dead, but not quite. So this is going to be a little tricky. I don't know if we can kill this guy because he has a lot of firepower. Now we are going to get the first shot if we're lucky. There we go. He's already hitting us with mortars, man. Those mortars are just deadly if they have enough of them and they hit you at the right range. Like right now, we're directly at the right range for him to just sit there and pummel us over and over and over again. What did it drop? Anything good? Well, not really. Nothing we really need. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. There's a shield bubble over here. Actually, there's a couple of them. Okay, so we'll grab all of those and we'll put them over here on the front. Again, this new wall that we're going to be building, I want it to be protected. I want it to not fall away and get destroyed very easily. So, what do I put down there? What is that? Is that a... Oh, it's a diamond. Okay, so we're going to sell some of this that I do not need. And some of those items, like the battering rams, they're really cool to have, but my specific style of gameplay doesn't really lend itself very well to that. I don't really do a lot of battering ram charges at the enemy. I've seen people do it, and it works. It definitely is a concept that is kind of interesting. And at some point, maybe I will build a bot that really takes advantage of it. But at the moment, it's not really something I'm too concerned with trying out because it's not the way I tend to build my guys. I want a lot of weapons. I want a lot of shields on them. I like the boosters and the fuel tanks and things of that sort. But beyond that, I'm not a big fan of these things. They're cool though. I like the concept. In fact, the fact that they have several different types that you can use, from the drills to the battering rams to this like scaffolding that will help you build stuff. I don't want to get rid of those either. I'm going to use those with the new thing that we're going to do as far as the wall goes. I'll probably have to buy a few more. These things being sold off right now is definitely going to help with that. The wheels, again, are also something that's going to help with that. I don't need all these wheels at the moment. I'm going to sell off all the ones that I can't use at this time. And then if I need more, I'll go ahead and buy more. Because, again, right now, you get a 1-to-1 ratio. So any item that you sell, you get as much as it costs to buy that item. So if you sell it, and then later on down the road you decide, oh, you know what, I really didn't want to do that, I actually want that item back. If you buy it, you're not losing anything. Now that's not always going to be the case. You're going to have to really think about what you want to keep and what you don't, because at some point they are going to make it where you're going to lose money on the transaction, and so you're going to want to hang on to items. But the items you hang on to, remember, do cause lag in the game. The more items you have on the screen, the more lag you're eventually going to get. So that's going to be, kind of one of those deciding factors in what you keep and what you don't keep, I would imagine. Because if you go with too many items or too many shields, like I have over here, too many repair bubbles, that's going to be pretty messy. Now, I need to come over here and I need to get me a terminal, a payload studio terminal. Sorry guys, I cannot speak tonight. But I need to get one of those off of one of these bots. Let's see, where is it at? Now I did have a few extras. I think I tossed them on here maybe? Or maybe I sold them. I might have sold all of them. Because they are kind of expensive. They're like 1,100 or 1,200 a piece. I do have one sitting right here in front of us, but I don't really want to sell that one. I know that one's there, and I kind of like where it's at. Let's see. We have another... Where are they? I know they're over here. Let's see if we can click on one of these other bots. There we go. And see if we can get a better image of what's going on. How about over here on the side, maybe? Yeah, I think we might have put some of them down. I could have swore we had like 4 or 5 at one time. What did I do with all of them? I would not have sold them, did I? That doesn't sound like me. I like to hang on to my stuff because I never know when I'm going to need it. There's one. There's one right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach that back to our bot. We'll take off again if it'll let me click on it. There we go. Okay, so now I have access to it. And we need to find a good spot for it. And I'm thinking right over here to the side. I mean, this is a nice open spot. We can make sure that there's enough room so no matter how big our bot is, it can heal up and not have to worry about running along the walls and that kind of stuff. So let's see. We need an object that will be able to be planted to the ground. So I think the basis of our bot, or basis of this wall, is going to be this. I think that's going to be a good spot to start it off. And the reason you need that is it needs to be able to be attached to something to start with. And this is a good way to attach stuff. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and put this on right there. Now we're going to put some of this scaffolding down. Not exactly the way we want it. Probably should have sold some of those wheels because we're not going to need all of those. Let's put some more up here. And I guess I'll go with buying... Let's buy a few more pieces of scaffolding while we're here. Now give it a second to load up. The very first time you load into the game for that day, and you go into your Payload Studio terminal, it may take a little bit longer to load up depending on how many objects are on the map. Oh, there goes our shields. Hopefully we won't need those if we get lucky. Now how much are these? 800? That's pretty costly, but I think we can do with that. I think that's going to help us out. And the reason I'm going with these is you don't really need all of these things filled with blocks. Now, granted, if you have the money and you have the blocks, then yeah, go for it. A solid wall is going to give you a lot more options. You're going to be able to have, places for weapons and things of that sort. But if you don't have that kind of cash and you're going for something that just, is something that works, this is definitely a method you can do. And that way you can add, the repair bubbles, you can add the batteries to these blocks, and you're still able to function and do the things you want to do. Let's see, can we put it underneath? There we go. We're going to need another block right here on the bottom. There we go. See, that's fantastic. This is exactly the design that I'm going to try to stick with as we go down. We can even go down this route as well on this side if we can't. Yep, there we go. And we'll put this one down here on the back end and go with a few more blocks. These single ones are the ones that I like. You can, of course, go with the bigger ones. They're going to cost a little bit more money, but you don't have to worry about weight. Weight is not going to be a concern, so go with whatever's going to be stronger. And, of course, the bigger blocks are going to be stronger and just probably better off for you in the long run. So let's see. We need 1, 2, 3 more of those things. Okay, so we'll buy 3 more of the scaffolding, and that's just what I'm going to call it until I see what the name of it is here. Let's see, what do they call it? The brew girder. Okay, well, I guess that's a good name. It's a girder, I guess, but it's more for me to do with just extending what you already have. And because I've been playing, where did he go? I bought 3 of them. Are you kidding me? They can't drop anymore because of the scaffold, or because of that the girders are there. I had the same problem on where my big bot is because of the way it's set up. So what if I do this? What if I take this guy, put it down right here next to it? Okay, so now it's attached to the ground. And can I take this guy and move him? Yes, I can. Okay, and the whole thing doesn't come falling apart. Oh, man, it sucks that I spent that money on there and I didn't get the items. But it's one of the reasons why I tell you guys to watch and look in the background. Make sure you're actually, getting what you're paying for and that it's not just disappearing now. There it goes. Okay, so we can get it over here. It does take a couple of seconds. Oh, wow. That is popping up like in the middle of the air. Now, they used to have it where this stuff would actually fall from the sky, and it would land directly on top of your bot. And it'd actually do a little bit of damage to your bot, too, because it's falling from the sky. It's falling from orbit. And that's kind of like the storyline is where it's coming from. That's how you're getting your stuff, is you're ordering it from space. I like the idea, but the fact that it took damage is one of those things where it's a better idea than it actually works in practice. And maybe someday they will fix that and they will make a better system so that it makes more sense. But at the moment, it's not really something you're really going to want to do that much. Okay, so let's see. I can put one more over here. Come on. Yeah, we do want to connect these just for extra support. Because if the enemy ever comes over here and takes one of these blocks out and there's nothing connected to it, the whole thing breaks apart. So you do want stuff to be connected in some way at least, and that gives it just more stability. As well as if you want to throw more of these items down, so that if say this block right here got destroyed on the inside, it wouldn't. Oh crap! Did it? Did it get rid of everything? Is it still connected? I don't think it's actually connected to the ground at the moment. I think it's kind of just floating right there. Can we not connect it? Okay, so it's connected there. When it pops out, it's connected. I think, right? Yeah, okay, so it is connected. Wow. That was a little scary. I didn't think that was going to work there. Okay, so we need to put some batteries down. I'm going to put the batteries on the inside so they're at least protected from the outside from getting attacked by enemies. And of course that gives me space so that I can put my weapons on the outside. I can put those stud lasers, or I can put, you know, pretty much whatever I want out there as long as it works. So let's see. We need to buy some batteries. We actually need to buy a lot of batteries. So let's 98 a piece. Wow, that's pretty cheap considering how much money we make off of the items that we get now. So let's see, how many? 2? I should get a third one right there. I paid for 3. No, I'm doing a little bit too fast. So I gotta wait. I gotta give it time. There we go. Otherwise, you'd be wasting money. Now, granted, these things don't cost that much, but you know, every little bit adds up, right? I mean, these wheels I have right now are gonna be able to be more than make up for any little bit that I miss here or that I lose here. But this is a big wall that I want to make, and I've only made a small section of it. I actually want to make the wall pretty much 8 to 9 times bigger than what I have here, and that way it goes all the way down, and I don't ever have to stop. Like right now, I'd have to pull up to this thing, stop, and have it charge up my bot. Ideally, the best way would be to just run right by it as I'm driving by on my way to someplace else, and as I'm doing that, it fully charges me back up. And to do that, it's going to need these batteries. And the reason it's going to need these batteries is this is where it's going to hold on to the power during the day when it's getting charged up by the solar reactors. And then when I drive by, it's going to pass the power from these things to me through the wireless chargers. And for every battery you have, I believe you can have a wireless charger attached to it, and it's going to shoot off that power. Now, I may do like a 1-to-2 ratio, so for every 2 batteries I have, I put, you know, 1 wireless charger on it to start with and see how that works. If you guys know if every single one can actually make a difference, then definitely let me know that, and I'll definitely put ones on for each and every one of them. But again, remember that every time you put an object down, that's more and more lag the game has to do, and if it has an animation to it, that's even more lag the game is going to create. So every time it would shoot off one of those lightning bolts, that's going to be more lag that I'm going to have to deal with, including how big my bot is. And this is going to be made for like the really, really big bots. And of course, there's going to be weapons on the other side, and if those weapons are attacking, you know, it's gonna compile. So keep that in mind, depending on how sophisticated your computer is and how much lag you're willing to cost yourself in the end off of these things. Now, you can see not all of these are going to be able to fit 4. And that's because of the fact that this you know, object that I put down on the sides to keep the thing placed on the ground to actually anchor it is a little bit bigger than 1 spot. So it's actually taking up 2, even though it's still pretty small in its own right. Now these batteries are going on just fine. And what I should do now is I should go ahead and put down my own solar reactor. I'll put it down over here. Actually, I'm way too far away from the ground. See, when I'm zoomed out and you're on a big bot, that's one of the things you have to worry about, is when you try to place things too far away, they don't really get connected very well. So let's see. We're going to put this here, and we're going to go ahead and connect these pieces here. Oh, no! No! What is going on? Why isn't it... It should connect just fine. What's the issue? Oh, it's not connected at all, is it? Is that connected to the ground? No, it's still not connected to the ground. Huh. Wonder why. Why can I not? Because I removed that object. I guess that's it. I guess because I removed the object, it's not going to reattach itself? Yeah, it's not going to reattach itself. If it attaches to the block, it won't attach to the ground. that is unfortunate. That is really, really unfortunate. I don't know how to fix that, really. I mean, how do you fix that? The only... Oh, you know what I could do? Let's put this back. What I can do is I can add stabilizing features to it on one side, and that will be my scaffolding. Or not the scaffolding, but the girders, again, on the front. No, because then it's going to get in the way of me driving. What I was thinking of doing is just... I'll show you here in a second to show you exactly how I was thinking about going about it. I don't even have the money to get all four. Let's see. See, so if I put that there, and then I put another one over here on this side, and another one on the other side, it wouldn't be able to tip over. You know, like it's not going to be able to fall over if I can put it on the other side. I can't see it right now. I need to go get myself another bot. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to get myself another bot, another free one, a little cab, and I'm going to sell some of these wheels because I don't really need them. Let's go ahead and put those in there. Come on, go in there, guy. Nope, it doesn't want to go in. And I haven't seen any difference, in case you guys are wondering, whether the items are damaged or not, whether they sell for more. They all seem to sell for the same price, no matter what, which is kind of a nice little feature. I'm glad they did that, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to always have to remember to heal up your stuff. It's almost like Blockbuster used to be back in the day, where it was like be kind, rewind kind of thing. You know, you have the technology to take it apart and sell it. I shouldn't be penalized for the fact that I forgot to, you know, charge it up completely, because I do have the technology. It only takes time. It's not a big deal, and you know, hopefully at some point in the game, they won't consider it one either. And it really is that way in the game right now. Like, they don't really consider it to be a thing, unless of course you make it a thing. And I don't know how you would do that, actually, to be honest. So let's go ahead and sell these big ones. We don't need them at the moment, and because we don't need them at the moment, I'm not gonna hang on to them. That's actually not selling. I wonder why. It's because it's so freaking massive. Even as massive as this building is, it still doesn't seem to want... Wow, 1,250. That's pretty nice. There it goes. Okay, so it picked that one up. Can it pick this one up as well? Maybe. But I think, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I think you got the gist of what I'm going and trying for over here. And on the next episode, we're going to pick up once I have this done. I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to get it as big as I possibly can. And then we're going to try it out and see how well it works. Now, it's not quite balanced. I could actually run over here and just knock it down, but I don't want to do that. I really, really don't want to knock this thing down and have to start all over again. I do need to get a cab for it so that I can click on it and actually target it through that. Let's put this down over here on this side. See, look at that, guys. It can tip over at any moment. I really, really hate that I took that piece off, but you know, you live and you learn on that one, so we definitely will have to figure something out. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.